Greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your Aries season reading. It's almost time, the King of Wands, to start this new training. But this is training in a way that you really like. It's working muscles, it's physical application. It's not just, gaining knowledge or information. It's applied wisdom that you're looking for. You want to make sure that the energy and the effort that you're putting in is not just to do it. The Ten of Swords, all this energy that's being exerted right now, and the Ten of Swords, King of Wands, Ten of Swords, and it's like, is any of this going to pay off? Is any of this going to turn into anything, or are my actions just going to keep rubber banding, boomeranging back to me and hitting me in the face and telling me I'm not good enough? Especially during these retrogrades, the boomerang back to your face has been harsh. The Five of Swords. Venus and Mercury retrograde in your 8th house, but then fortunately shifted back into your 7th house for a little bit, which was super helpful. Still not the best, still a retrograde, still complicated. The misunderstandings are just unavoidable during those retrogrades. Here we have that Aries energy, your 8th house activated, that Scorpio energy, this Pluto and Aquarius that is literally just making life hard. It's just making your life very difficult. Especially if you don't know how to wield the power that you have. It's a big part of it. It's not just that things are difficult, more complicated, more, you need people to uncover the way forward with a lot of this. It's also learning how to embody not just authority. I don't think Scorpio is so much so associated with authority as it is just raw power. But it's like a desire to have power, and maybe that's a part of it. Maybe you're just used to like filling in the gaps. But no, you do have power in these situations, and if you don't recognize that, you'll never know that there's actually work that has to be done to exercise that power, right? So that's a lot of what Virgos are going through at this time, is one, realizing that you even have a level of say in things, and knowing that you have that. Then there's the next level of skill, which is knowing how to exercise that voice that you have, the influence that you have. So the retrogrades going back into Pisces have been helpful because it's been your 7th house. So anything you just wanted to like excuse yourself from here, where you felt like, you're not giving me what I want, so I'm not going to give you what you want, and we'll just continue to hang out in this limbo. If like either you're going to give me what I'm looking for, or there's nothing here, right? Like that's kind of been the ability that you've had while Venus and Mercury are in Pisces, because people need you. They need your physical body right now, and you know that. And that's a lot, right? That's a lot of work to sit on. And there's nothing wrong with realizing that within yourself. There's nothing wrong with, you know, sitting in the value of that. There's nothing at all wrong with that. It actually might have been necessary for you to be able to deal with what's coming next. I think so. I think that as Mercury and Venus shift back from Pisces and into Aries, your eighth house, you have this obsession growing within you for everything. And it's like, man, why do I feel so intensely about everything? You just do. Aries brings out that part of you. It brings out that sexual desire within you. It brings out you know, um, the part of you that feels like you can just walk forward to whatever you want, and anyone who gets in your way is just like, it needs to be like, the words that I use are crazy. So now that this retrograde is ending, I'm going to choose my words carefully because it's it's interesting. Um, you feel like you can walk forward to anywhere that you want, and you actually feel like you can do it pretty quickly, and all it has to do with is where your heart is sitting. And so anything that's standing in the way of that is just it's just something that you give a little bit to, and you keep it moving. Like, you don't need to like spend all of your energy here, drawing out here. You can walk forward you can jog forward, run forward to the areas that you want. But there are some black holes in this process that I think it would do you really well. Neptune is now in Aries. This is a big change taking place right now. You can't just lean on the power of your relationships now. You have to understand that at every step forward, there is an opportunity to fail. There's an opportunity to ruin something really important. And I know it feels like, oh, well, like, here we are. Like, I mean, yeah, but they need my body. So, like, what does that, can I really ruin it? You can ruin it. You can ruin things that you have within your possession right now, because things are changing. They are changing, and it is for the better, but there is an adjustment in how you move that is um, a lot to process, but you need to stop reaching for anything. Don't reach at all. Let anything that you were reaching for that you realized was not right. If you sit with it for a second, you'd be like, yeah, that probably wasn't the right way to go about that. My approach, my intentions, they were not the best way to go about that. Um, Whatever it is, it doesn't need to be something so crazy intense. It doesn't need to be anything legal or anything like that. It's just within your own mind, you know that there was a better way that you could approach things. If you sit with that for a second, whether that's happening behind the scenes or it's happening in the face of other people, in a crowd of people, it doesn't matter. If you can sit with it and you can say, I was wrong here, I messed up here, and I acknowledge this. This is what I'm going to do differently. This is what I now understand from the situation. And, it's not just over. This is something I will carry with me. That, again, this could be as serious as like this Jonathan Major situation where they're trying to like exile him, right? And it's like, it's not happening. Like, Black people, we're going to look out for each other, okay? People make mistakes. You've made mistakes. Everybody's made mistakes. We're going to move forward. So now the man has decided that it's time to move forward. He's ready to move forward. And we, as his community and his people, will lift him up and will guide him to that place. And he is following suit. He is in line. He is acknowledging his faults. And through that acknowledgement, he continues to rise and rise. He continues to sustain um, his power in this dynamic. Just because you mess up something, you don't lose all of your power. You just have to go back to the drawing board and rework things, right? So don't see it as, oh, you're losing your power. See it as, this happens to me, it happens to everybody. It's not something unique to myself. And the best way to move forward is to acknowledge whatever it is, to fully see the blockages in my view of things, the moon here, and in that I become successful over and over again. Neptune in my 8th house, I don't have to reach for anything at all. It all comes to me. In fact, a lot of people are very confused and very hurt, and they want to come to you with that pain. They want to keep you in positions of power because of the pain that you're able to hold for them. And it's really quite inspiring, actually. It's cool the way that your emotional gifts tie into your professional world, and vice versa. And don't be afraid to mix the two. It's needed. So let's talk about love. um, Let's talk about love. You're looking for a big takeoff, and it's coming in Capricorn season. So from now until then, the areas where you're lacking in all areas of life, but especially something career wise, especially something that has to do with feeling comfortable talking to anybody, being in the face of anybody, and being able to say things exactly as they are. If there are things that right now you're holding your tongue, you're afraid to say them, it's because it's embarrassing you, it's because it feels like you're not as successful as you're supposed to feel in these areas. You can take from now until pretty much the end of this year to clean up every one of those things, to the point where your whole life can be on the world stage and you have absolutely nothing to hide. If anything, you are excited to share the aspects of your life where you have really reached some significant milestones. Love. If you are dealing with a Sagittarius, you guys are getting ready to be traveling. Just wait until after April 19th, because for now you should stay in secure, safe places. But after the 19th, you are back on the move. If you want to be together, you guys can take some bigger trips. You things that you've spoken into existence, but like didn't feel like you had the real like method or plan to make it happen. Now it can happen. It can happen really fast. And this is big travel here, um, with a partner. But what I'm seeing mostly here, again, the Sagittarius is showing up very strongly, and they need your consistent compassion here. um, but your romantic energy, you've learned a lot here, and it came with some heavy realizations. But for the most part, you know you're shining, you're coming out glowing on the other side, like so much more mature. And that's the key word here, like maturity with a level of like fun and enjoyment in life. um some of you're becoming more mature, some of you in seriousness, and some of you the opposite. You're too serious and you need to lighten up, and you realize that's a part of getting the things that you want. Regardless of which way you've needed to improve, now that Mercury is direct, your heart is flowing, your love is flowing again, and you're able to hold space for their individual desires, your individual desires, and it's just working. Yes, there's still some things going on in this home dynamic, especially if it's money related, that needs to be sorted through here. But this Libra full moon this weekend is coming in to balance things out, and big opportunities, new relationships, especially if you're dealing with a Libra here, are coming in. There's so many, you've been thinking smaller than you need to. So many openings. But what do you want? If you don't know what you want, it can't come find you. What do you want? What do you want? Yeah, there might be some obsession in it. That's fine. What is it? What do you want? Say it clearly. You're not saying it, so it can't happen. You must say it to yourself. You must say it what you would like. Um, the quick thing I was trying to say at the beginning that I realized I got derailed a little bit is the Queen of Swords came back around to be like, hey, don't forget to tell them about this. Right. Sorry. um, you have to remember that your voice and the gentleness of your voice is really important during this time. Choose your words, choose your, you know, expressions very carefully. And also reserve some of this voice. Just because you're used to pouring, because everybody is in need of your help all the time, every day, all day, every day, that doesn't mean you have to sustain that energy just because it's needed. That doesn't mean that's how you have to live. You can actually take better care of yourself, slow everything down, every single thing down, so you can enjoy your experiences. So say less, speak slowly, and don't feel the need to justify how you speak to anybody. Be considerate, but keep your energy. Don't end conversations depleted. Don't let yourself get to that place. Love you, Virgo. I hope this was helpful. I will see you in Taurus season. Earth season is coming back, and it will be a lot of fun and very romantic. So look forward to that. New place, new feeling about life, just new vibe, and it's exciting. In the meantime, you can schedule private and birth chart readings with me through the link in the description. The Aries season astrology news is out now on YouTube, and the Aries season playlist Pulse is out now on Apple Music, and the link is also in the description for that. See you soon. Bye.